We're going to get the meeting started. I welcome everybody. This is going to be a brief meeting, I hope. Okay. I'll sign all this when I get done if you don't mind. Okay, we'll call the meeting of the Clarksburg Water Board together for this December 18th meeting. And the Pledge of Allegiance. Chad, would you read that for us, please?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chad. A roll call, Mr. Sigmund.
Here.
Mr. Howell. Here. I'm here. Let's move right on to, is there anybody wanting to speak, any communications or anything?
No.
You sign up to speak, okay, give your name and your address.
Dennis Dutcher from Mount Court.
Thank you, Dennis. Welcome.
There's an issue at hand I have, a question. Back, near 2 years ago when you were doing the project phase one, you also said there were 3 phases. You explained to the room, the cost, that you could increase our water rates. You said to replace the water lines. You said that there were no lead lines to replace unless it was private. And they had permission to do that. So no lead lines in the main roads, okay? So that's phase one. You also said there would be some reserve money held back, and that's always the case with cost plus, et cetera. Phase two, missed that one there. I knew it was coming. You already said it was going to come up. Phase three was the final phase you all said it was going to be. Yeah. In September, I believe it was last part of September, you had phase three meeting here, public meeting, and to raise the rates, which you did. I wasn't here. I was gone for a while. When I came back, I saw where Morrissey had given you all $19 million. Okay. The part of it was bond, part of it was loan, whatever the case may be, it's still $19 million for phase three. And it said, what I read was the water lines and lead lines. It can't be lead line because you already said there were no lead lines to replace in the main roads. So my question to you all is, you did approve the increase, plus you got the $19 million, that's conflictory.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Well, Jason, you want to answer that? Because it was a promotional thing. We didn't get extra money. Go ahead. No.
We did not get $19 million. It's $9.5 million grant and $9.5 million 0% for 30 years. So we got to pay $9.5 million of that back. So that was not correct. The funding's coming from EPA of $19 million, but half of that is the grant and half of it's a loan. So we didn't get $19 million. We don't have 3 phases, we have 2. Now originally when we started this, we were going to do 3 phases.
Yeah. That
was going to stretch the project out way past this grant money. So we end up taking 3 phases and going into 2 phases. The lead lines are only on the customer side.
Right.
There is no lead lines on our mains.
But what I read was the lead lines were on the main, because that's what the $19 million was for, including lead lines.
Can I say something now?
Sure.
When we started this project, he said 3 phases. We had to go down to 2 phases and combine some stuff. The $19 million had nothing to do with phase 1, or it was for our second phase.
It's our second phase.
We had $59 million for the first phase. We had that funded, we had grants, we had loans, did all that. That was just for the first part of the project. We have to fund the second part of the project, which is going on now. And that's where we got this $9 million plus the $9.5 million. That's to help pay for that second part. We're still trying to look at funding sources to help pay for it, but it's in 2 phases. The only thing is, when we do these lines, when we talk about lead lines, there's lead lines in phase 1 and phase 2. Both have lead lines, and the lead lines are in the road. You said they weren't in the road. The red lines go from the main line to the customer's meter. That's what we're replacing. Now, on the other side of the meter is the customer's responsibility. And some of those areas have galvanized lines and so on. We're replacing those. The customer does the replacement with a plumber, and we do a reimbursement process. So I think there was a little confusion about, you mentioned that there were no lead lines in the road. There are lead lines in the road. That's where they are.
When this was first reported,
Yeah.
the news article you're reading,
Mhm.
Jason and I had a conversation that was gonna misinform people. The
Confuse people.
way it was written was kind of ambiguous, and maybe they just didn't understand the story, the writer, but that's the situation these gentlemen are telling you. We didn't, it wasn't a new 19 million. He was basically telling us we're getting this money for phase two.
Okay, now, in what I read, it said phase three. Okay.
Well,
It
Another
said-
error.
We can't control what goes in the media and so on.
And that money that the grant we were anticipating wouldn't, with the rate increase when we did that, we
Right,
were,
and the rate increase that just went in November, that rate increase was just for operational increases. That had nothing to do with project-related increases. That was just operational, as they call it. Going level is what the Public Service Commission coins those as. It's for operational needs. It's for operating our utility. That's what that was for. The last operational increase was 3 years ago. So about every 3 years, we have to adjust our rates.
So that operational increase is gonna include sewer rate, is it increase as well?
No.
No.
sewer rate's completely different.
There will be another increase next year for phase two. The increases we've done so far has been for phase one.
Okay, just, and I know my finance about it, just to clarify, you had a bond and a loan, is that right?
For the first phase, 59 million, 24 million, which I'm very proud of, was grant money. 24 million is grant money from multiple sources.
You know, I'm talking about what the state did. Had a bond, if I'm not mistaken, and a loan.
That's correct. On every project, you're gonna have a million.
Is that upfront money? That's upfront money. So I've got a problem. Because.
No,
that money.
we don't have that money. That money is still sitting at the funding agencies.
We have to draw down.
We draw it down.
We have to draw down
That's what those
against that
papers are for.
and justify it. We have invoices, our engineering firm, the contractors. We have that money set aside at the state. We don't have it we don't have it,
No,
but we draw down on it. We ask this, we get the reimbursement as we had the
As you need it.
as we need it.
As we spend it, yeah.
Yes.
that paper there with all those signatures, we'll approve that here in a little bit. Then Todd with Region 6 will send that into the funding agencies. Each funding agency will direct deposit each money. There's about 9 different funding agencies on there. And they will direct deposit that money.
Their
Then
share,
Jason will cut
their
the
share
checks.
into that.
Yeah.
And one more thing on that, you already said though, on water increases, you hold back a reserve. So you're saying this is the money that the state you're holding back is to cover what the reserve doesn't cover?
Now, we have every project's got a contingency. Now, that contingency is what? About 10% of the project? 5%. 5% of the project. And that's for changes that we didn't see coming.
Well, I understand that.
It's not really what you call a reserve. It's a contingency.
Now, the
account
bonds
to cover
have a required
unknown
reserve.
expense that may occur or changes that have to be made.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Now, speaking of reserve, the only reserve it's required is on our bonds. Is we gotta have a reserve in, and I believe it's a year of payments,
Yes,
correct?
it's the last year of payments.
Yeah,
We're required to.
and that's required by the bonding agencies. Now, we can't touch that money. That money stays there until that bond's paid off. Usually the last year of payments, we don't have to make because they'll take those reserves and pay that last year.
Oh,
payments.
are we gonna have another, phase, you say?
Phase 2 is gonna come out next year.
I
And
thought we
now,
had phase 2, 3.
No, we are
combine.
still in phase 1 right now.
We're still-
Phase 1 is not done in 1 year. It's a multiple year
Let me
project.
clarify that. So what we're calling our current project is called phase 3A. And then the next project's gonna be phase 3B. That's
Oh.
how the project is.
Okay.
Right there you are. He just picked up on it.
that's just the title.
The title of the whole project is phase 3. And there's a phase 3A and a phase 3B. First it was going to be phase 1, 2, and 3.
Hey, terrible title,
Yeah.
They're terrible
Terrible.
names. They're terrible names. They're
but it's A
confusing.
and B. There's 2 projects going on in the large.
I can see your concern.
That's why.
You just hit it right on the head.
Now I see what you're saying. We're trying to say our first phase and our second phase. It's task order 3 for Thrasher, so they've called it 3A, which is phase 1, 3B, which is phase 2. I understand where the confusion is, yes. So there's only gonna
That
be
would be easily confused. That's what he said up front. When they name something phase 3A, or the 3A, 3B. First it was phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Then it all became phase 3A, phase 3, phase 3. It's all just in the name.
Yeah,
It's in two
I
projects.
completely understand the confusion.
Oh, I can understand that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's what Paul was saying.
Now,
Thank
yeah, just to let you know, this first phase is 59 million. It won't be wrapped up until 2027, correct?
Correct.
December of 2027. We're going to start 3B, which is phase 2. That will probably go to bid late spring, early summer. And by the time we award the contracts, it's probably going to be late summer, mid to late summer. Now, there's going to be 4 to 5 contracts in that. It's going to be a $50 million project. Total for phase 1 and 2, that's 3A, 3B, it's going to be $109 million. That's what the total impact of our system. That's what we're going to be investing in. Yeah. So 109 million.
I wish it was done yesterday because that road's a mess.
Hey,
Yeah, it's-
you know something people asked me that I would have done it last year in the summer, 2 years ago, and it's still been a mess. There's no getting around it. Okay, anything else, sir? That was good comments. Merry Christmas to you. I'm glad
Thank
you're
you,
here
Dennis.
because
Good-
you
good
have
questions.
friends and you can clarify. People ask you, you understand. I hope you understand what we're saying now.
About 70%.
Well, if you don't, call.
Yeah,
Very
we'll
nice.
never say that.
That's where we're at. Believe me, it gets confusing.
It is.
Any other
Leslie,
communications?
sure you don't have anything?
I don't have anything, Jason. Thank you.
And we do appreciate your partnership and how it works. You're all great.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, let's move on to the approval of the minutes from the meeting of December 3rd.
Move to approve.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions, any concerns? No. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Let's move on to the financial items.
All right, Jason, you're up.
Which one's first?
We are going to do the unaccounted for water.
Okay,
That's for October 31st, 2025.
yes. All right. Our, net accounts, or sorry, we'll start with finished, lost to finished. It was, down a little bit from last month at 32.94 for a total, percentage lost to finish at 30.94, which that's gone up a little bit. And our total unaccounted for is up to 26.38. So it has gone up tremendously. I believe some of it from the contract, the construction, and they're not reporting all the water that they're using.
I'm not real concerned with these reports during construction. We have a lot of unaccounted for due to the contractors using hydrants to relieve pressure, leaks, things like that. So these.
We know it's going to be out of sight during the construction
Yeah,
time.
so I wouldn't get upset with these reports, even though sometimes I get on it. I don't like the numbers either, but I was hoping Bobby Tenney was here. But if you could relay back to him, the contractors need to account for the water that's being used on the project. I don't believe that's being reported back to Dave Barnett, who does these reports to give to Jason for the unaccounted for water. I don't think we're capturing everything. Well, I know we're not, because we don't have unaccounted for water like this.
Because they report it, then it doesn't become unaccounted for because we know what it is. Okay, let's move right on. Anything beyond that?
All right.
I do want to make another point.
Sure.
You guys notice bulk water sales. You know, this past month we've used about almost $1.1 million in bulk water sales, and that's
Yeah.
what's
Yes.
the count down there, and that has gone up. You know, up a good bit since we put that thing in there. So that's.
I'm curious
definitely
if we're just getting a better accounting of the water
I-
being taken.
Yes.
I believe we are getting a better accounting, so I think that's going to help out a lot down there, keeping track, because not all the water that's going, even if they spill out onto the ground,
Sure.
they're paying for it, and that we're not paying for it, they are.
Yeah.
And
I
that's,
feel like
that's,
some of
I
it
think
might
that's
be
going to
written
continue to
down.
go up.
Yeah.
Good deal.
We're still,
All right.
Or out on the ground.
I just want to make that point today too.
Very good clarification, yes. The next one, Jason, is the monthly financial statements for November 30th, 2025.
All right, we are 41.67% through the fiscal year. Our debt service ratio is currently at 2.02, which is a little bit lower than I'd like it to be at this point, but we're going to try to work on that. Hopefully with that rate increase, that'll help that some, because that's not factoring any of that in here. But we are at
You asked.
current water sales is at $4,060,704.
We are 1% over budget on that. And our total revenue is $4,308,059, and we are above budget of 1.13% on that. And our total operating reserve or total operating expense is at $3,386,177, and it is 1.63% under budget so far. And of course, our chemicals has been kind of bad this year. They're almost 50% for the fiscal year so far. So we might be looking at a budget adjustment in the coming months.
Any questions, guys, on this? Any questions? Okay, yeah, motion to approve.
I make a motion, we approve the report as presented.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Any further questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
By the way, I will have the audited financials for you guys next meeting. They just hit my desk this morning.
Okay.
You just sent it over to me, so we should have that for the next board meeting.
Good
Okay?
deal. Thank you very much. All right.
Okay, moving on to Water System Improvements Project Phase 3A and 3B, which is Phase 1 and Phase 2.
You see that it's the name, phase 1, phase 2, A and B.
We'll start off with, I had Doug on here, I should have been Steve, I grabbed the old one, but anyway, go ahead, Steve, and give us, looks like we'll be doing both of them today.
Yeah, Bobby's not here this morning. They're actually having DOH pre-construction conference on the Main Street, Pike Street project going on, I think at 9 o'clock, so he's over at that. So to give you some talking points here to run through with contract one review. Basically, they continue making service connections with Gold, Henderson, Richards, and Pearlman. Those will continue on 18th Street next week. Made mainline tie-ins. They're basically on the same streets, Gold, Henderson, Richards, Pearlman off of 16th Street. Paved trenches on 15th and 16th Streets. And they will continue trench paving. I think they're even working this Saturday because they were off a couple of days this week due to the weather. So they'll work Saturday on trench paving as well. Contract 2 is Staley, Heartland area. Still working on sidewalks and curbs that were disturbed during the water line installation. Continue working on service connection on the Heartland side of Route 19. They did complete the directional drill between Ryder Avenue and John Avenue. Working on asphalt trench repairs on Temple Terrace and Rodney Street. And we'll begin a new line on the alley between Waverly Way and Ryder Street and on Waverly Way in the next couple of weeks. Contract 3, which is the Armory Road, Kramer Drive. They've got everything complete until they can come back in the spring to do the repaving at Kramer, Hayes, and a couple patches over on Armory Road. Contract 4, downtown. They completed the tie-in cut and cap existing mains at the intersection of Main Street and 2nd Street. Paved the 2nd Street trenches at Main Street and Monticello. And started laying the new water line at the triangle down by Wendy's. That's when they had the big sinkhole and the water line was damaged in there, so they began working on that. And so they're gonna work at Wendy's and work their way up Main Street.
Are they starting at Wendy's?
At Wendy's.
So where are they? You mentioned the triangle where the road splits,
Right,
Main and Pike.
right.
They're working there right now.
Yes.
I thought they'd started at Wendy's and work up that way, but they're,
Well, I guess the triangle, that's what I'm saying, like between where you go to Adamson. go
oh, you're,
Stanley,
okay. When we think of the triangle, I think where it splits off
Split
Pike and
Main,
Main.
Pike.
We call that the
By
line.
Heartland, that's Heartland.
Yeah, we
We
call that the
always
line.
call that the triangle split, yeah. All right, I know what you mean.
We
You're
call that
talking-
the triangle,
Yeah.
and then the splits right there above the columns.
You're talking about the intersection.
West
End. Or the
West End intersection, yeah.
And there's other work in there as well. The sewer has got to be in there working. They got to do laterals and they got to do in the curb endless as well down along there.
People's gonna think we're crazy because we're tearing that street up the third time.
Yeah.
Now it's us. You know, it was sewer and
Water,
storm,
stormwater,
same, and
gas,
you had gas.
Gas on both sides. So they-
gas on both sides of the
So when
street.
you just said that sewage is gonna be back in there again?
Yes, they gotta actually run, some of the laterals
Lateral.
across there and get the customers laterals tied back.
Different contractor than ours?
Same contract,
Same contract.
independent.
Now, how's that gonna affect us? We're just following behind as they do it, or how we?
Well, same contractor, so they got their own crews coordinated. So we actually have a meeting.
So they can do both at the same time, but they're working in an area.
No, I think they'll have a dedicated sewer crew and a dedicated
It's
water.
a lot easier because it's the same team. I'm not waiting on his team, trying to coordinate times. Guys show up, they just get to work.
So we've got, I think, a 5-hour meeting scheduled tomorrow to coordinate with the gas company and independence crews of how we're going to get to the finish line and who's going to be working where, what's the projected timelines. So we've got a meeting this afternoon with independence to go over that, and then meeting with the gas company in the morning to figure out traffic control, basically through the rest of the project. It's a coordination nightmare.
Well, like the guy at the Department of Highways said, he's never seen it done where we tear up a street one year, then the gas company tears it up the next year, then the water and so on. And it's the first time he'd seen a community where we work together to tear up that street one time, your main streets, and put them back once and not keep tearing them up. And it's worked out better. Or you're inconvenience people year after year after year on Pike and Main. So
I think traffic control's been pretty good. I mean, considering, I would keep pushing for them not closing some of these streets until a little bit after 8, because that really helps the flow of school buses and like Chestnut, they closed a little early today, which is fine. I know they gotta do what they gotta do, but otherwise, I think for the size of the project, it's been going pretty.
I know it's a mess. You got the right lane closed, the left lane, right lane, but they got so many crews to get the work done by the time frame.
Yeah.
well, if you go down through there, you see them working in other places.
I mean, it's a race to the finish line. I mean, they got a lot of work to do in a little amount of time. And they just told, I wasn't there, for the progress meeting,
Start working 7 days a week.
7 days a week. Gas company
Get in and
works
get
7
out.
days a week. Yeah, they gotta turn up the heat, no pun intended. So,
Hopefully we have good weather.
What's up?
Wow.
They said they were gonna work through the snow and everything. They already got salt trucks set up and everything to help with the roads and stuff that the city and the state can't get to. Make everybody happy.
Well, it's a major project. There's going to be setbacks and problems and confusion. I mean, if you can answer every question and predict everything all the time, things happen, I was coming down the street. I came down the alley behind City Hall. And I noticed a police car coming up the wrong direction. And I think, what's wrong? He needs to go around through the lot now, but I waited till he came out. Then I went down to the end of the street because I wanted to go to Second. And I didn't think about construction, but I got all the way down to the end. I couldn't go left, couldn't go right. And I started to back up because there was nowhere to go. And if there had been a sign up there, I would know the road closed.
It's been there for a few
And a
days.
guy come over and he says, hey, he said, hold on a minute. And he had me go out Second Street the wrong way. He walked along with me, got me out on the bike, and I went on. And he was laughing. And I said, what project is this? Clarksburg Water Board. I said, oh, those darn guys at the water board. That's what I told him. And then he said, I'm sorry, sir. I said, but I'm president of the water board. But the thing is, I could have backed all the way up and turned around and, but they put a sign out. It was just an oversight. Things happen. Things happen. All right. Anything else on this?
yes, we have Mary Lamont. She's on Zoom here. She's going to go over the website. They call it behavior analytics.
Yes.
So she's going to go through and since the website has been up and running, she's going to tell you, she's going to go through a report and tell you some statistics and stuff that they've been tracking. So with that, Mary, you have the floor.
Excellent. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mary. Merry Christmas, Mary.
You too. What's the easiest way, Jason, for me to do this? Do you all have this packet in front of you, or do you want me to share my screen?
We have it in front of us.
You have it on.
Well, he has up
Okay.
here, but we don't.
Do you want her to present it on the
Yeah,
screen?
that'd be good.
All right. Let me go get Aaron. I don't know how to run this thing.
But to get our tech person in here, hold on a second.
Can we do it up there?
It's up there.
Myers,
Hey, Myers, tell Myers to come in. Mary, can you hear us?
Yeah.
go ahead and start.
Go ahead and start.
Okay. So this is just a few pages that I'll run through really quick of how our website has been performing. ClarksburgWaterProject.com that we put together and launched back in March before, as we were kind of getting rolling into construction. So in the lifetime of the website, we have had almost 1,500 visitors, averaging about 150 folks on that site per month. The most frequently visited pages, obviously the home page takes the top spot, and then folks are navigating themselves to the resources page, which is exactly where we want people to go. They're coming to this website for information and resources, so that's great. And then we've got 2 different forms that folks can fill out, and we have had 21 people do the contact form, which is just submitting a question or asking for some information. And then 11 people have filled out the address form submission, which is to update their personal information on file with you all.
Okay.
The next couple of slides here is a look at the last 30 days of website traffic. Just getting an idea of when people are coming and looking at the site. Our big peaks were on December 9th and November 30th here in the last month, getting 10 and 12 folks per day. We have looked at a few different metrics, and oftentimes we see some of these big peaks after you all have posted something on your Facebook that mentions the website. So when you're looking for additional traffic, that's always a really good way to get people there. Looking at who is looking at the site and how they're getting there. 94% of the people who are coming to the website or have in the last 30 days, it's the first time they have been on the website. So we're continuing to get more and more eyes on it, which is good news. And then that remaining 6% is people who have been to the website before, know it's a good source of information, and are coming back for more. Most of your folks are looking at the website on a desktop computer, about 2/3 of them. Otherwise, mobile makes up that other third, a couple of people on a tablet. The majority of people are going directly to your website, which is excellent. People know how to get there and are just going to ClarksburgWaterProject.com to access the information. Some folks are getting there from a Google search, a few from Facebook in the last 30 days. And then this is just a quick look at what days of the week are most popular. And which tracks. Mondays, we update the website, the news section, based on the news information that is put on your all's Facebook page at the end of every week. So people seem to know beginning of the week is when they should be coming for more information.
What the week's gonna be.
This is the same information, just over a longer period of time, so I won't bore you with all of that. It's similar information, similar numbers on returning and new visitors, how folks are looking at your website. This is over the last 90 days behavior of folks on here, the pages that they're looking at, the information they're clicking on. So like I mentioned, homepage is the one that of course has the most views, but people are looking at the what kind of line do I have information, trying to figure that out for themselves, getting some more information about the project, looking at frequently asked questions. So they are truly using the information that's on there is what this information really says to me, which is exactly what we want to see. Again, this is sort of a different view of the same information. Homepage, resources, line type. The plumbers piece has gotten some views in the last 90 days as well. So people are getting the information on how to acquire a plumber. And this is just a look over 2025 where we have had big spikes in our website traffic. This big spike, again, like I mentioned, some of these large spikes are correlated to when you all have posted something on Facebook and people have kind of pushed a little bit extra to the site around those times.
You mentioned Northview, you did another one that says Staley something.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay. And that's really kind of the bulk of the information. This again is just the same type of information over the life cycle. 1,200 visits to that homepage, 259 on the resources, and so on. Northview and Staley seem to be the geographic area pages that people have visited the most. And then again, 207 people have looked at the forms. We've had several who have started forms and a few who have not finished them. But like I mentioned on that first slide, we have gotten quite a few in on both the comments, questions, which Steve handles a lot of, and the address update information, which goes directly to Jason. Any questions on any of that?
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
really? It's pretty-
Thank you.
Pretty thorough, yes. Right.
Thanks, Mary.
No problem.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. Merry Christmas.
You all too.
We just gotta get that more marketed, because we're looking at around $9 a hit right there.
Mhm.
I mean, just for each one, that's pretty expensive per hit. About like 10 grand. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the second part of that agenda item for actionable items. We've got requisition number 13, which Todd will go over. Todd?
Okay, so requisition 13 had activity on all 4 contracts again. There's second round of customer side reimbursement to the Clarksburg Water Board that's on here, as well as an invoice from Thrasher and an invoice from Region 6. So total requisition 13 is $1,587,083.55.
Okay, I've got it here. Somebody want to make a motion to go along with these? What do you think?
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
I second that.
And that's an amount of
What's the amount?
1,587,883.35. Okay, it's a motion on the floor, duly seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Go to the next one. Is this all covered here?
Yes.
That all makes up the,
That's correct. That makes up.
and these are the things from the contractors, their payment requests to make up that amount, right?
Yeah, there's different forms for.
Do we have to approve each of these contractor bills since we did the overall? No. Okay. But I can go ahead and sign all those. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's move right
Okay,
on then. Thank you very much. I'll get these signed.
The next invoice is from Midstate Plumbing and Air, where they have done 5 PRVs in the Heartland area for $1,500.
I make a motion that we approve that $1,500 to Midstate Plumbing.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, any discussions, guys?
No.
Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Let's move right on.
All right, the Second Street Pump Station project. Steve, do you have anything on it?
I do not, although I did see, I think the surveyors have been out, staked some stuff out, but, all I have.
That's about all I have. The parts are still coming, well, some of them have been received. Will come invoice, I've seen Gina put it through, but they have been ordered. So those are flowing in. We don't have them all yet. That station's projected to be delivered probably the latter part of January 26th. Bobby's already, he's going to probably start this first of the year, start up there.
As soon as I get my parts that I need.
So but we can go up and start doing some, I think you're gonna do the pad first. Because then if the station comes a little sooner than we anticipate, they can still bring it in and set it down. And they can finish the piping, even with the station being there. So that's the update for that. Anybody have any questions? All right, we have our buddy Billy Wiggins on the Zoom. He's got some good news. I won't steal his thunder, so we're moving on to the TTHM removal project. Billy, Tell us the good news, buddy.
We have a bond in place and we're ready to get started.
You saw that.
Great.
Could you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, it was awesome.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you have your,
Was in our
copy of
packet.
it. Yeah, you have a copy of the bond that was in your packet.
Yep.
So, you can see it there. So from here, tell us what's going to happen. What sites are you looking at and, timeline?
The next 2 weeks we'll spend getting the drawings ready for submittal to you guys. And once you have approval, I'm still thinking we'll send them over to the West Virginia environmental group. You know, that was part of it, just to keep them informed. I don't know that there's a big review process, but they need to know what's going on at the water plant. So next 2 weeks we'll be gathering all the drawings together, which are mostly complete. And after we have approval, then we start construction. And most of it will be skids that we build in Georgia, since it's I heard it was -4 up there, so I prefer to work in Georgia over the winter if I can. But yeah, we'll do as much of the pre-construction work here, get everything shipped up, and start installing. But probably in the next, I got to talk to my project manager guy and see kind of what his schedule is, since we're so close to Christmas. But I wanted him to come up with me and let's take a look at the sites, especially with the phase 1. So I'm gonna say within the next week and a half, we'll probably make a trip up there. It'll be a quick one. We'll zoom up there, take a look at the Clearwell area, Adamson, and Despard. Make sure he doesn't see anything that's going to be a hiccup when we get on site.
Okay.
So the 3 locations is Adamston, Despard Hill, which is 2 tanks,
Yes.
and the Clearwell. So that's going to be on the first phase.
Okay.
Any questions
You
for
guys
Mr.
have any
Wiggins?
questions? No, thank you,
That's
Billy.
good news.
Merry Christmas to you, buddy. All right.
Thank you.
And
Same to y'all.
thank you, Billy. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
The invoice
Thank you.
was received. Jason quickly turned it around, and they couldn't guarantee overnight, but Mr. Wiggins should get his check tomorrow according to our tracking. And the invoice that I need you all to approve for payment is $274,616.20. That's 20% per contract.
You said 274.
Yeah, $274,616.20.
Okay. We can have a motion for that amount. So
I'll make a motion.
It's in your minutes.
For the amount of $274,616.20.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. You guys have any questions? Billy's still on with us. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, Billy. That should make you happy too. All righty.
It'll get us
Thank you.
started. Yes, sir.
Gotcha, man. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Sure
you.
enough.
All right, moving on to the security enhancement project.
I think we gotta look at this as we go. I haven't had a chance to do it. I saw your drawing you sent us. It's very thorough and so.
Yeah, that's kind of taken into consideration. I haven't got to talk to Chad, but yours, you can look on here. And I don't need any decision today, but I wanted to show you what we're looking at here. The 2 sliding doors out front.
Yeah.
Question was raised, do we need 2 sliding doors?
Yeah, I remember we talked about that.
You know, so we're looking, I don't know.
You mean 2 sets, the outer door and inner door is what you're saying?
Yeah, why do we need why do we need 2 sets of doors? I don't know if that's a fire code. Do you know, Mr. Engineer?
No, maybe to kind of control.
I think it's a heat control
Cold
thing.
air.
I think
It
it's
is,
heat
but
control.
they're so, my point was they're so close together that they're both gonna be open at the same time. If push door, that would work.
Yeah,
But,
but if they both fly open, that's what Paul's saying. too.
why
This is-
spend the money on 2 doors when they're both gonna be open at the same time?
You know, and do we get one of those things to put above the door that you see in some of the businesses that blows the air back, instead of got a wind tunnel through here? But Bob can tell you, when both doors are open, we do. I mean, the cold air, it just
I
whips
think
right
it'd be
through the
cold out
lobby.
there. Is there any way, you go to, a lot of stores, they have the inner outer doors. They do have a big lobby and so on. But I was trying to think where I go, they have an outer door that slides. Oh, pharmacy. Outer door slides and go in. You pull the door to go in. They don't both have a sliding door. But our problem here, our doors is freaking heavy.
Yeah,
They are.
and I'm
The
serious.
lobby has muscles. I mean, muscles.
You need to get a gym out.
We have I know an older lady that, the handicap door, she can't get in. She has to ring the doorbell. We gotta come out and push it over. She just can't get them. She just don't have enough strength to open them up.
Those outer doors are really heavy.
Yeah, we got our handicap door working now. Sometimes it's just they're impatient because when you hit it a few seconds, then it'll engage and open up. So I'm just thinking hit it, it's to start opening up right away, but it takes a little bit.
Could we have the
Sign out
outer
there.
door a slider and then have one of those where you punch it and it swings in? On the end of the inside door?
Yeah.
Because right now we have it's the outer door, it has the,
Yes, yeah, and that's the only one that's got the handicap accessible, is just the outer door. The
can we
inner
move
door.
that to the inner door though?
Uh,
In other words, the outer door could be a
I'll talk to the
slider.
architect, but I'm sure that would save some money. And be a better thing, yeah. I mean, we'll take a look at that, yeah. Moving on inside the lobby, where we had this wall out here at the end of our hallway.
Right.
We're taking it away, and leaving this, access point back here the same. So that means we're gonna have to put 3 teller windows in here and the 2 front. This one in the side, we're gonna start using for signups to keep people out of the lot, because that's what jams up out front. That's what people are signing up, because it takes some time. They gotta fill out an application, they gotta provide it.
So you're gonna have an outer door, another door? or
No,
just
no.
Leave it just as it is.
No, I'm saying there's gonna be.
He's
Teller
talking about right here,
windows.
the teller window.
Yeah, that's the one where the people.
What do you mean replace? What's the
That's what I
problem with the ones we
understand.
have now?
People can't hear us.
Yeah.
People cannot hear us. They have to, don't they, Jason? They have to
With
get
the little-
down.
No, wait, let's stop a minute. They can't hear us. Is that the outer windows out in the lobby or the one on the inside here?
Both, they cannot hear. You just got a little gap like this, and they're always going like this. They can't hear us and we can't hear them. So the teller windows will have a speaker, so you can hear. They can hear us and we can hear them. We can't hear them.
Do they have to have that glass?
For safety, I would
Is it plexiglass or is it bulletproof?
That's just.
Banks don't have glass hanging down. They have a lot more money than we
That's
have.
just thick. That's just thick glass out there.
You-
Tellers is not a bill collector either, Al.
Yeah, they do. They take payments of all kinds.
Well, I'm saying, but when they're in here, you haven't seen an angry customer. that we
Well, somebody
have.
gets mad or
Oh,
something. They get
it's,
mad in the banks too. I ran a bank. I had customers get upset, but
I want-
overdrafts.
I
and
want my
this thing and
staff
that thing.
safe.
Yeah.
The world we're living in now is getting crazy. I don't want that where they just reach across the counter.
Mm.
No, I do not want my staff in that situation.
Well, how about the glass coming down partially with a bigger opening?
I mean, we haven't selected the type. I'm calling it a teller window, but it's going to be different than what's out there because we can't hear. It's just not good. I mean, they're always, down there, and it's not good. No communication is through the glass. They can't hear us. So, I mean, when we select the teller window, you're all going to be involved in that. So there's different. There can
Well,
be
we're
a
not going to
whole-
make a decision today. We're just talking
Right,
about
we're just talking it
recommendations.
through. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you all have over at Nutterford?
We have a little corridor and then we have 2 windows too, but we have a complete glass and then we have
Is it-
able to push open and
So it's
put
going to the-
documents through. Yeah.
That's exactly what we're looking at is slide through.
Yeah,
So they can't get a gun underneath of it.
yes, but,
the
and we
que-
honestly,
the
and I get what
question-
you're saying about it,
the
about
question
being
is
able
about
to hear.
hearing, not accessibility.
Right.
Well,
Not pushing through. Can they hear?
no,
Okay.
see that's an issue
So
too.
you have
We
a
have,
problem there.
we need a speaker.
I mean,
I
how-
have problems hearing any
How
customer
they
and
pay
then
is where it's
and
low.
then if more than one person is talking,
Yeah,
it's
yes.
terrible as well too, so.
Yeah, no, we cannot hear.
Yeah, we can't
Absolutely
hear
not.
either. Yeah, no, it's an issue.
Yeah.
And then,
But we'll have to look
hear
at-
wrong and then.
We'll have to look at solutions.
Yeah, the teller window, the design of it is up to the group here. But I'm just saying, what's there now is gonna be
Okay.
replaced with something
All
that's
right.
gotta be better.
What's the other things we're going to do?
In the lobby, we're gonna go from where the wall ends now, gonna go straight across. That's for Bob's operator station out there.
Sure.
We are not gonna finish a wall and put a door in like we originally thought. We're just gonna go straight across with a wall.
Yeah.
With a access door there that people have to be,
To drop off
have
their
to be buzzed in.
samples.
Yeah, so when you go in, you'll see the operations there, and then go into the lab, but we have to let them in. Back on the back hallway, where the pillar is, in the hallway going back toward the break room.
Between the two restrooms.
Yeah, there's a pillar there. They're gonna put
That's a good idea.
a door there.
That's a good idea.
There'll be access doors to the block room and to the exit out there. Bob's office, there's gonna be a second door that's gonna go in behind.
Access to the
Yeah.
area.
So access, so he don't have to come out in the hallway and go
Go
straight
around.
back through,
Yes.
come into the operator's area or into the lab. So, the exit door, is been moved because an exit door is supposed to go to the outside. Jason will be the lucky one to have an exit door.
What's an emergency exit door?
It's an
not-
emergency
It's not a
exit.
traffic thing, it's only
Yeah.
emergency.
So Jason will be able to come to work and I don't even know he's here. So he'll have an exit door back there. I don't think that's
pretty much
that's
it.
it. That's
You went
pretty much
around
it.
the horn.
Yep. That's pretty much it. And again, it's still draft, just talking through the logistics. Any questions?
No, that's how it's set up now.
This way, yeah, because I,
No,
Yeah,
we can review it later.
Yeah.
Window you sit
there's
at.
no changes at all. Isn't there is there a speaker on that one?
I don't think so.
On the window where we had signups and stuff like that, so people could be seated and do
Mhm.
that. Is there a speaker there? I can't remember. There
No.
isn't.
It's the same setup as the front.
Okay,
Yeah, same setup.
all right. Okay.
Any questions?
Mm.
Okay, moving on to the operation and maintenance agreement we have with Shortline. As you can see here, the letter went out to the customers, letting the customers at Shortline know that we are going to be closing the office over there
Mhm.
December 31st. As of the 1st of 26, they will be mailing their payments to our lockbox in Charleston, or they can use the Dropbox over at the old office. We're going to still keep the Dropbox over there, or the Dropbox out front. They'll also be afforded other payment options,
The website.
the way they go to website, and do all that kind of stuff, do ACH. So they'll be afforded those things.
I had a question about that, okay? The way you can pay bills. First one is by mail. We can understand that. Second one's in person, naturally.
Yep.
They have a Dropbox out there and a Dropbox here.
Yep.
Okay. Credit card, you can pay by credit card in person or over the phone. I can understand that. Or online. I guess you can do your online payment with a credit card like you do anything else. And it says fees apply. Question on the next one, ACH payment online. I think that's we're getting into bankerish terms. It's automated clearinghouse is what that means, ACH. And then it goes on, it says, fees apply, or in-house, and it says, or in-house free service. What's that mean, or in-house free service?
In-house, the PSN does the one for, if it's online, if you sign up for ACH online, that's done through our third-party service, which we do not recommend that, but people do it
And
and
they pay a fee.
they pay the fee.
Okay.
Now, we have, our utility billing system has the capabilities of creating a file for the ACH, and we submit it online at the bank. So
And we don't charge.
we don't charge for that, and it's so that way they can come in here and actually sign up in here, and we submit that file on.
First of all, let's just bring this to a close. I think we're making this way too complicated. Nobody goes into all that detail. It calls, as they say, we have online banking. And banks here in town, they don't charge if you go on and pay your bill.
No,
They
but
don't.
no, but
You're just gonna
They
bring
don't
a check
charge.
here.
All you do is go in, it's simple.
but we tell them it's free of charge, because if they go online and do it, because we have to differentiate between the two, because if they go online and sign
Can't
up,
you just say online bill pay? Why can't you just say that? That's the terminology. Everybody uses that. That's
Now,
a standard
every
term.
bank offers that service.
Every bank uses.
But
the
it's
term
not online bill pay.
But it's
It's
not-
not
it's
online
not
bill
our-
pay, Al. We're not talking about the bill paid through the banks. We're
This
talking
is
about
what we
our third,
offer.
this is what we offer through our third party service.
Okay, I don't have third-party service. All I do is I pay all my bills, all of them except.
And that there is,
Except one,
that
that's
there's
called-
totally separate than what we're talking
But we're
about.
offering it. How
Why,
come we
yeah,
don't
why do,
promote it?
why do we, yeah, we should just.
Online bill pay. People ask me today, how come you guys don't
But-
take online bill pay?
But we do take online bill pay, but it,
How come we don't promote it?
all right,
I think it's the way it's worded, that's all.
online bill pay is going through your bank. Okay, let's talk about that one for a second,
Okay.
okay? That has nothing to do, that's not a service that we offer.
Oh,
That's,
it isn't?
no, but that's a service the bank offers.
I understand, but we have to
We
agree to
accept it.
But
participate.
we accept,
Oh, wait a minute.
they mail us a check, or our third party
Fine.
service goes around and picks those up for us. It's one or the other. So that's not, so it's
And
not
there's a
that,
fee for that.
no, there's not a fee
No,
for
wait a minute,
that.
wait a minute. The bank doesn't mail you a check at all.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
Some
do.
banks do.
They mail you a check
Yeah.
if, okay,
Yes.
let me explain online bill pay. Let me explain. I'm a banker, I know. A banker, okay. What you do with online bill pay, this is how easy it is set up. Whether it's, I'm gonna pay him a bill, I can pay him online, but it generates a check because he's not in the system. He's not in it. But I go out and I'll pay XYZ store. And they're in the system, they can do online bill pay. All I do is I use the billing address, I enter that, the name of the company, and then I can pay the bill when I want to. And it pays them next day most times. Sometimes it takes 5 days. The reason it takes 5 days, sometimes 2 days. But the 5-day thing is because ABC company is not in the system, but I can still pay them online, but I have to generate a check and the bank will send them a check. It takes a 5-day turnaround, but the thing is, it's set up, it's called online bill pay. And I don't pay for them to, I can't believe the bank does that and they don't charge postage. They send them a check.
Well,
It,
no, there's no banks that we're set up with.
there's, yeah.
All
What happened?
banks,
But
Huntington,
okay,
West Banco,
Okay,
NBB Bank,
let's-
all
let's-
census checks.
let's do it. Let's do it one more. I'll tell you one more thing. I don't get argumentative about this, okay? When I pay my water bill, okay, when I pay my water bill, it has to be set up by somebody to receive it, because if not, I'd have to send you a check. We do not send you a check. What they do is, when I go in, like my bill's due tomorrow, I go in, I want to pay it, it pays next day. There's no way they can send you a check and get it to you in one day overnight. It takes out of my account that night and it goes into your account that day, that next day. I can look on there and see when it was delivered to you, and it has, next day.
All right,
Okay, now,
can you let me
okay.
explain? Okay, all right. PSN is our third party service,
Mhm.
okay? Now, if they have a connection with those banks, they will go out and clear those, they'll go out there and clear those checks. So when you're seeing that, your bank is in connection with PSN. So PSN, and that's a third party service that's offered, that we outsource. We actually pay them a small fee to do that for us.
I honestly think we're trying to avoid online bill pay in a way.
No, we're not trying to.
Because of fee.
No, we are not trying to avoid online bill pay. What we're trying to avoid is a customer going out and going through PSN, not online bill pay. You got them totally separate, okay? Because there's online bill pay through your bank, which I'm not talking about that. That's not part of
But
what.
why don't we say it?
But that's not part.
Why
of
does the customer care about the mechanics of it?
Well, can I finish? Because
Yes.
I mean, because you're getting ahead of me, and you're not letting me get what I need to get out, and
Okay,
you're
go ahead.
make it longer. Okay, the PSN, they're our third party service.
Yes, I understand.
They take credit cards. They take bank accounts. They also go out and pick up all the clearinghouse payments that it's generated if they're associated with the online bill pay.
Sure.
Online bill pay is something they go around and pick up all those payments. So online bill pay it's not put on there, but if they do that, they can go on their bank website and then PSN will go pick those up. But it's not a service that we're telling them about because that don't really matter. But what matters was the ACH is that if they go on PSN and sign up for the ACH transactions,
There's a fee.
there's a fee for that. But if they come into here and they sign up for ACH we go on, we generate a file and we upload it to our bank and it goes out and it collects all that. And our bank does not charge a fee for that. So that's a free service for the
Now,
customer.
your bank being West Bank.
West Banco.
Okay, but now out of bank in another bank, is there any fees?
No, there's not, because we just get your routing number, we get your account number.
Sure, that's what.
And we set up that file goes from West Banco to the Federal Reserve, and then that money goes from the Federal Reserve back to
I
us.
understand all that, but what you're saying is the customer's coming in and they set up all this stuff, but they can do it in their own home. The routing numbers, it's all in.
They can't, if they do that,
They'll have to pay the fee.
they're gonna have to pay a fee,
Yeah.
and we don't want the
Through
customer.
PSN.
We'd rather a customer, if they wanna go online and pay with a credit card, that's fine. But if they wanna pay with their bank account and pay ACH, do an set up for ACH, we want them to come in here and sign up, because we wanna save them that $1.10 and not have to worry about paying that extra $1 for them to go on, PSN. And also, with the
But
free.
you're saying having them come in, you would rather for them to come in.
All they
That's
do is
my
bring a
problem.
voided check.
Yes,
All they do is
But
bring a
why
voided
did
check.
they have to even come in?
well, because we
They
need
don't
to,
have to, there's just a fee if they don't.
yeah, there's a fee if they don't, but if they come in and sign
They
up,
can pay the third party, PSN, if they don't.
I don't pay them anything and I didn't have to come in.
because you're talking about a totally different service.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we promote it that way?
Well,
Well, we do promote that service.
we do promote it, but
But if someone wants to pay through their bank with a check, he's saying that, come here and set it up, it's cheaper than going through your bank,
well, it's cheaper than going to
And
PSN.
faster. That's
which is
faster.
PSN.
Yes.
They're the ones that grab it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not every bank does what your bank does.
Not, most banks do.
Most banks do.
Harrison County Bank does it. All the
Yeah.
banks in town do it. I mean,
And the good thing about us signing with ACH with us here at the office, if your bill is 10% higher than what it normally is, we personally give you a call and say, hey, do you want us to pull this out? And that way there,
that's automatic payment now. We're talking a whole different ballgame.
ACH with us, if you sign up with us,
I understand that.
then you come here and fill out the form, bring us a voided check.
That's a whole different thing.
Yes, we will call you and say, hey,
I understand that too.
this
This electric company does it, different people do it. They let you know what the payment's going to be and they give you the option of letting you take it or not.
yes,
Okay, I understand that. That's a whole different thing.
but that's also the
ACH.
perk of having it
That's
with
ACH.
us.
That's ACH.
Yes,
That's what I was
So,
saying. It's two
I guess
different
putting it simple is our third party is an option for the customer. They have an option through their bank to make the payment.
If we come out and say we offer online bill pay, we do offer it. We offer it, but it's up to their bank to generate it. We're not saying that your bank can do it. We just say we offer online bill pay. All they do is they check with their bank. If they can do it, they do. If they can't, they can't.
They can't, then they need to use PSN.
I know, but
Yeah.
So,
when you read this, it's pretty technical. It's like
so have
fees
any of
and
the
all that.
banks, like,
I think a lot of
rather than
people
going through
would
the
do
ACH, bringing in a check? Or like how Al's saying, are the banks able to get that so there is no fees through the PSN?
Right, because
I think we made it too cumbersome.
it's too late, it's already went out.
Well, I understand. I just want someone to see this. I've talked about this before. We've
Yeah.
got to start using the term that we offer online bill pay.
And
We
do.
offer it, but the thing is your bank has to
Your bank
generate it.
has it as well.
That's right.
But what I'm telling you, the way it is now, so you go on and you pay your bills through your bank.
Yeah.
Okay. Your bank pulls it out of your account. They write us the check. We don't get your payment electronically.
unless PSN picks it up. Now
So they
PSN,
can still pick up
they
the
can
banks,
they sweep the banks, but they've
and they don't
got
charge them a fee.
no, they don't charge them a fee. No.
When I send a Clarksburg Water
Right.
Board a payment, doesn't cost me anything.
Okay.
I put it in today. I just it's already set up. All my accounts, I go in and put $15.20, 35. I can do a whole bunch of bills in just minutes, okay? And I just put the, okay, approve it. Do you approve? Yes, okay. It generates it. It sends me a thing that it comes out of my account, sweep into the system, and it goes into your account the next day. It goes into your account. It doesn't go to somebody to generate
So I guess
a
we just
check.
gotta find out
It's
what banks
electronically
do this.
submitted
We just
because
gotta
it
find out what
shows
banks do
it's
that for
going
free.
into your account.
Well, that's something new. I thought all banks.
Now PSN,
send a
if they
check.
have it set up to capture it.
Some do.
Because we do receive a lot of checks from the
Yeah,
banks.
and a lot of the majority of them.
So I think, and Al
I think
made
the
a good
biggest
point.
one is Truist, BB&T or /BB&T. they're the ones, we have the hardest ones to get checks in here, that they'll actually mail us a check instead of.
There's generally a
And,
5-day
and that's just the
turnaround.
relationship between, Truist and PSN.
So what we need to do, this is news to me, because I thought all banks, that you went through your bank, it generated a check and they mailed it to
Oh,
us.
no, absolutely not.
So,
Some do that.
Yeah.
oh yeah, we get a lot of
But it's a
checks.
5-day thing. It can't send you a check next day.
Right, but they send a check regardless.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, we get a lot of bank checks. So we need to get a hold of PSN and find out what banks,
Yeah,
at least here locally,
Well, yeah.
does that.
Well,
I think-
they all do, I think, except, like I said, except for Truist, they're the ones that we
They-
usually get.
They,
That's-
they still offer it. The only things they have to send you a check.
Yes.
The customer doesn't have to,
Correct, yes.
the customer,
So
they
that-
all offer online bill
But
pay.
if a customer came in here with a canceled check and signed up,
Yeah.
It's a lot better service.
It's a lot
you
better
get a
service.
better service.
Yes, you get better
Bring
service
your
by doing
voided
that.
check in, sign up, you won't get charged,
No,
and
and you get that added protection that we're
And,
gonna call
and,
you.
Yeah.
and it's ACH'd out of your account though.
Yes, on the
It's
due
an
date.
on the due
automatic
date.
withdrawal. See,
And it's,
that-
they'll come a day sooner than the due date.
And again, it's easy for the customer.
Yes.
But they're out, but thing, it's not as easy as controlling because you have to.
Well, it's easier because if you're controlling it, you have to actually go in there and look at it when you want to pay it. This, you forget about it. You just put your money in the bank and your bills get paid.
And it can be different amounts and so on.
And see, in some banks that we get the check, if they pay it a day before the due date,
Yeah, it's gonna be a terminated.
it's gonna be late.
Yeah, the,
Because the check's not gonna get to us.
Didn't know.
But your bank obviously then works with PSN and we sweep it out the next day or the day up.
But there's a
depending on
5-day
time.
period, you might get a termination.
Well, I didn't mean to this conversation gets so long. I'm just saying is when you're marketing something, we still need to let people know that we.
I still would like to know the banks locally. They all do it, then we need to put that out.
Yeah,
Push
that's,
that
yeah,
out.
I agree with that. That's a
Like
good
if-
point.
Well, they all offer it. Even Truist Bank offers it, online bill pay.
But we don't also want to have that turnaround of the 5-day period of them getting,
Right.
But that's between the customer and the bank, not between us and the
Yeah, but it
bank.
makes us look bad.
makes us still look
We'll
bad.
send you a cancellation.
Yeah,
notice
yeah,
'cause
yeah,
you
when
were
they,
late to this.
and they paid it.
And,
I don't
and,
know,
and
I
have
get
customers
this.
come in, they'll bring their cell phone in and say, look, this came out on this date,
Yeah,
but we didn't receive
and
it until
then,
5 days
and then they
later.
get a termination notice
Like-
in the mail.
Why did I get a termination
Yeah,
notice?
But
Look,
that's
it came out
between,
my-
again, that's not the fault of the water.
Yeah, but we
bank.
don't
That's
do
between the
all-
customer and the
That's
bank. They can
correct.
talk to their bank.
That's correct. So some banks, your bank's good, it comes right out the next day. Some banks is 5 to 7 days
Yeah.
before we get it.
It's just,
And then people get a termination notice,
Yeah.
but yet they come out of their bank.
yeah, they show it, and then
I
it's,
said, no,
But-
you're paid. And I said,
but-
we haven't received it yet.
But they need to talk to their bank.
It is
We
the
don't
bank.
control
Where's
that.
how they show that the money came out of their account and we don't have it? Where's that money?
It's in that check in the bank.
So it
It's
hasn't,
in the
that
mail.
hasn't left your account until that cash is checked. Or is
Well,
that check
no,
is
no,
cut?
it's-
Here's what they
check's
do,
cut.
Paul. They set that money
Sweeps
into
out.
a separate account.
Yeah, well,
and then
that's
they
my
cut a
point. I
check.
know that. So
Yeah.
they're floating the money.
Yep, they're
Yes.
floating the money.
Yeah.
That's my point. So they should just bring a canceled check in and sign up and not worry about it,
That's the best service.
But it's ACH.
That's a, yeah.
regardless. And we should promote that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the best service.
we try
We highly
to,
recommend
we
that
try to
service.
promote it.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people like to be in control.
I promote
When
that
they
every
make
time I
some
talk to
people
a
do
customer
forget.
and they're worried about
But
getting their
it's-
payment here on
But
time.
they get a bill,
That's
they
the
can
one I
pay it
promote.
today,
They sign
tomorrow.
up. We all have
They do.
ACH or they have to do that.
It's so, it's so
Just get
slick.
yourself.
We initiate it through our software and it automatically comes out on the first business day of the month because we only do monthly billing. So since we're small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to get something. I'm a marketing person
And
and
you
I
all
just
use a
wonder.
third party.
I've had people say, the water board, do they offer online bill pay?
Yep.
Yes.
I get,
Yes.
yes, they do. They get stuff, they said, they talk about ACH, which is automatic clearinghouse payments. And a lot of people just don't like the fact that I can budget it every month, or people say, even though you want to notify me, I'd
We
rather
have the
be in
same
control.
issue with
That's
the
when I
bank
want that
checks.
check to come out,
We
not the
have
amount.
to-
I want.
They'll bring their phone in, hey, it came out.
Yeah, we have the same.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure confer with another utility, they run into the same problems too.
I just see that all the time.
So you also have a copy of the minutes of the last two meetings we had with the Shortline Public Service District Project Steering Committee.
Mhm.
That's been very effective. Even Bobby Pizzini will agree, those committee meetings we're having with Shortline PSD for the project.
Oh, they're fun.
Been very effective though.
Yeah.
It's been
Well,
very,
you're in control and the update's really good on it.
been very, very effective.
Steve.
What else we have?
This board member.
Yep. If you
Anything?
don't have any questions on
Mary-
the
No, Merry Christmas, everybody.
board member reports, comments?
We're gonna have a quick executive session.
Oh.
Fast, remember, we gotta do that.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we get to, executive session under private.
It's under,
Attorney-client privilege.
personal matter.
Second,
Okay, moving second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This will be a very brief meeting.